The Rise of Skywalker is now just 151 days away from its official release by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to contain a lot of different twists and turns, as well as surprises in this film that will all lead to saga-wide implications within the Skywalker saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense between Palpatine, Rey, and even Kylo Ren. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that a description of a sequence where both Kylo Ren and Rey are facing the Dark Acolyte, who is now being controlled by the spirit of Sidious. It said that Palpatine is giving a lecture to Kylo Ren and Rey, where one of the sequences is said to involve Kylo Ren attempting to strike Palpatine with his lightsaber, where it said that Palpatine throws Kylo Ren into a force-freeze state, where he is also said to do the same to Rey. It's described that Palpatine is able to manipulate Rey at one point in time in between their duel, where he convinces Rey to fight Kylo Ren after they formed an alliance. It said that Palpatine sees a shred of darkness within Rey, and is trying to turn Rey to fight by his side, where he reveals a certain truth about Kylo Ren, that is said to manipulate Rey's mind, where she sides with Palpatine, and begins to fight Kylo Ren through Palpatine's manipulation. It's described that Kylo does not want to fight Rey at this point in time, as he needs her help against Palpatine. However, Rey is said to temporarily join Palpatine under his control by use of a new power from the origins of the dark side that light side users are more susceptible to. It's described, however, that Palpatine is doing this to test Kylo Ren, to see how he matches up against Rey through the use of Palpatine's new power. Eventually, it's said that Kylo digs into Rey's mind and reveals something about her parents that allows Rey to unlink from Palpatine and snap out of it after temporarily joining Darth Sidious. So let's go over a couple of parts about this, because we do know that Episode 9 is going to contain a lot of intense moments just like this, and in this scenario, it's almost a direct parallel to when we had, of course, Palpatine in the background, sitting on his throne, watching Luke and Vader duel it out on the Death Star 2 in Return of the Jedi. Now, in this scenario, we have Palpatine manipulating Rey, being able to make her join him temporarily to go up against Kylo Ren, where now Palpatine is standing back and watching both Rey and Kylo Ren fighting each other, giving us a nice callback to what happened in Episode 6 between Palpatine, Vader, and Luke. Now, what's really great about this is that not only is it a dark and sinister scene, because it does feature Palpatine's new power that is linked through the origins of the dark side, as well as a power that's far greater than the dark side itself. Now, in case you guys did not know this, the Spirit of Sidious is made possible through the Beyond. We're still not quite sure exactly what the Beyond really is going to be in Episode 9, but the thing that we do know is that the Beyond is going to be a backdrop of this movie. It's going to be so important to the point where it's going to change Star Wars lore and the entire franchise as we know it. So a lot of people are starting to believe that either A, it's a different galaxy, or B, a different realm and or dimension that is very powerful through the ways of the Force itself. So one of the pieces that I do want to go over is that this is a moment in which Palpatine is using Rey as a way to test Kylo Ren. So this is said to all be done through Palpatine's manipulation skills. Of course, he's very good at what he does. He did this between, Anakin Skywalker, and he also was almost able to do it to Luke Skywalker at the very end of Return of the Jedi, and a whole lot more if you guys have read some of the comics and some of the other material that falls under Disney and Lucasfilm. So what I like about this also is that this is giving us a nice callback not only to Episode 6, but it's also showing us how powerful and sinister Darth Sidious really is going to be in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, this is all said to take place on top of a large piece of wreckage, which most likely, by the way, is the Death Star 2 wreckage from, of course, Return of the Jedi, that is all set and ready to appear in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by JJ. Now, what's really great about Episode 9 is that Ian McDiarmid is back as, of course, Palpatine. However, Matt Smith is said to portray the Dark Acolyte, playing the actual host of the Spirit of Sidious, if you will. So technically, you know, we have two different actors playing the same exact character at once. And what I like about that is that that's a nice callback to Star Wars Legends, specifically Star Wars Dark Empire, which is a comic line from the late 1990s, in which we had a moment in which Luke turned to the dark side. And what I like about this also is that we also know that Episode 9 is going to have darker elements than that of Revenge of the Sith. That's one of the big plans by, of course, J.J. Abrams, is to make parts of Episode 9 darker than that of Revenge of the Sith. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's going to really work on the big screen. You know, if I feel like you can't get any darker than the moments where Anakin's burning, or being put back together again as one person, or, you know, destroying the younglings one by one, off screen of course, but showing us that shot in Revenge of the Sith. I'm not quite sure if you could really get any darker than that. Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again.